felt a little something at the beginning of the end of 2009, and by the end of 2010, it became a big something. I didn't know what it was. It hurt really bad. I went to my oncologist, my GYN, not my oncologist, my GYN, and he said, go one more cycle and see if it goes away. And I said, okay. He said, because you're too young to have cancer. That's crazy. So I went one more cycle, came back. I said, it's hurting even more. And he said, okay, well, I'm gonna send you for a mammogram, and we'll see what it is. Got the mammogram. The doctor spoke to me right after, and she said, there's something wrong. So I took my report to my GYN, and I opened it and I read it, and she said, basically she thought I had cancer. She didn't tell me, but I read it in the report, gave it to my doctor. He basically said she was crazy. He said, there's no way we'll biopsy, it's gonna be a cyst, it will be nothing, and we'll keep on moving. And when I got it biopsy, they called me in 3 days and said it's cancer. So I got my oncologist, and after they had my mother scan, all these different scans, this scan, that, her scan, his scan, it came out stage 3A breast cancer. And the plan was 8 chemotherapies. The first 4 were adriamycin and Cytoxan, and the last 4 were Taxotere, which the Taxotere was a breeze. But then I had to do the surgery. I got bilateral, both removed, only for the fact that it was so large, it was over 5 centimeters, that they were really worried it would come back. So they took both, which I was comfortable with, because it really didn't. I figured I already had my husband, I got my kids, I don't really need to shake my shimmy to catch anybody. So, and I did do the reconstruction only because the doctor said if I wanted to wait, that was my plan, was to wait, but he said if I wait, it was going to be more surgery. They were going to have to take skin, and it was going to be multiple, and I don't have time for that. So I went through the reconstruction. So at the end of next month, I start radiation, 33 treatments, and then I'm finished. I was ready for it attitude. I prayed and I said, if it's cancer, God, tell me so I can be ready. And he told me it is, and you need to be ready when the doctor tells you, and I was ready. So I never had the why me, a lot of people say why me. I said, why not me kind of thing. But I've always been very observant of my body and know when something's not right, and I just knew that something was really wrong. And it came to a point that if I lift up my arm and look in the mirror, I could see it. There was nothing on the outside, no skin yellowing like they talk about, but I just knew that if I lift up my arm and I see it bump, then something just is not how it's supposed to be.
And so my final question is, what have you learned on this journey about yourself?
Lots. I'm completely different than when I started. I think I'm stronger, I'm more positive, I'm more open. I would never be talking in front of anybody except my husband and my mom and people that I knew. It's made me much of a strong person. Stronger is, I go on chemo and I laugh with the nurses, I crack jokes with them, I bring all, and I make it into a good time. I get dressed with my shoes on, and and I said this is not going to get the best of me, because I think a lot of reason people feel bad is because of what they think. And not that cancer doesn't affect your body, but I think most of it is in your mind. And if you have a better attitude, then you feel better. And that's what I said at the beginning. I'm going to feel great, and I'm going to be great, and going to move on, and I'm coming up to the end. Radiation, I've already passed the hill, which was the surgery, and now I'm evening out with the